What's up YouTube? Agent Zero here, and today I'm going to be going over my level 20 surviving Stalker build for Flak in Borderlands 3. So first we need Fade Away because we are on the Stalker tree, and Fade Away allows Flak to cloak, where he gains movement speed, health regeneration, and critical hit. Then after we equip that Stalker trait, we're going to go into Self-Repairing System, where Flak gains increased health and regenerates health as well. Then we're going to go down to Eager to Impress, where when Flak's pet is able to get a kill, the action skill time is reduced, so that's definitely awesome. We're going to be able to cloak ourselves more often. Then we're going to go over to Overcloaked. Flak gains increased fire rate, and Flak gains even more fire rate after reloading. Then we're going to go down to Turn Tail and Run. While Flak's moving, he's able to constantly regenerate health. Even though we're already regenerating health, we're going to be able to regenerate even more health and gains damage reduction. Or, while Flak is still, gun damage is increased and fire rate is increased. Then let's go down to where we're augmenting our action skill. First, Gorillas in the Mist. Fade Away no longer ends after Flak attacks, but this reduces critical hit damage, and Fade Away time is also reduced. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And Not My Circus. After Fade Away ends, Flak's pet is going to taunt, which draws the attention to the pet. The pet also receives decreased damage to the pet. The pet I'm using is the Beefcake Jabber. The Jabber evolves into a Beefcake, which equips a shotgun, and the attack skill, he gets a bat, and he's able to hit enemies, and when he hits enemies, confetti flies. Of course, as Borderlands, we're going to see some confetti when our Beefcake Jabber starts to hit those enemies. Flak is also able to get increased movement speed and increased maximum health. So let's go over to the guns, and really use whatever guns you want, but I'm going to talk about why the guns I chose, why they're good for this build. So I use a Jacobs handgun, I use a Jacobs assault rifle, although I go back and forth between a Jacobs assault rifle and a Jacobs sniper rifle, and I use a TDR submachine gun. Then for the shield, really again, this is a surviving Stalker build. We're focusing more on defense, so try to get a shield that's increasing your maximum health. You already have a ton of maximum health. Try to increase it even more. We're trying to survive, and we're going to be regenerating a lot of that health through what we chose in the skill tree. Then we saw the mod a little bit as we were going through the tree. It gives me +4 self-repairing system, where I regenerate even more health, and my max health is increased even more. And then all my BFS gets +1, although that's really not pertinent to this build, so we don't need to worry about that. The grenade, really just use whatever grenade you want. It's not important to this build. I use my grenades sparingly. I kind of just throw them when I need to, but it's really not that important to the build. In previous Borderlands games, I haven't seen it in this Borderlands game yet, although I'm sure there are grenades that can regenerate health. So I'm assuming that's going to be one for this build if anyone does find them. That would probably be a good one to have. So first, let's just talk about the guns and why I chose the guns. So Jacobs. When you have a Jacobs, its special trait is that it ricochets a critical hit bullet to another target. And we have a build where when you go invisible, you're automatically getting critical hits. So that's why I chose 2 Jacobs guns. Obviously, like I said, I'm choosing the handgun and the assault rifle or sniper rifle. But either way, we're going to be ricocheting those critical hits. So when we go invisible, we're hitting multiple targets, which is definitely awesome. The TDR is for more close range battles when enemies are attacking at me, but it's also nice because the TDR, the special trait on that gun, is that your reload actually throws the gun and the gun explodes. It's a really fast reload for one, and the gun exploding is dealing extra damage, so you're getting back into the fight quicker, and you're able to fire as many shots as possible when we're using Fade Away. So one of the reasons why I choose Gorillas in the Mist, which this leads me right into those action skill augmenting, even though we're getting a less duration and the critical hit damage is going down, we're able to fire as many shots as possible. That's why I choose the TDR. I can throw my gun after I'm done. It explodes and I'm right back into the battle. I can fire a lot of shots within those 8 seconds. And that's why I choose the Jacobs, because I can fire however many in the magazine, whether it's 10, 12, I'm getting all those critical hit ricochets, but at least I'm getting those 12 shots as opposed to the normal fadeaway where I'm only getting 3 shots. So that's one of the reasons why I choose Gorillas in the Mist. I think it's a perfect combination of being able to fire as many shots as possible. Then we go into the tree. We already have a bunch of regeneration. We don't need the added regeneration from Fade Away. We're using self-repairing system. We're using turn, tail, and run. We have a bunch of different traits that's already increasing my health or increasing my health regeneration, so I really don't need to worry about Fade Away increasing my health regeneration unless I really get into a bind. One thing I found is that the turn, tail, and run, the combination of everything I have to regenerate my health, has actually been able to help me counteract status effects such as corrosive damage, incendiary damage, etc. So my health is regenerating at the same rate I'm losing health due to those status effects, so I don't have to worry about those as much. Overcloaked, I'm increasing fire rate because, again, with Gorillas in the Mist, I can fire as many times as possible. So that's why I like Overcloak, where I can increase my fire rate. Obviously, I want to turn invisible as often as possible, so that's why I choose Eager to Impress as well. And finally, we haven't talked about Not My Circus yet, but again, I'm trying to survive, so when I come out of that cloak, I don't have the cloak for as long as I would if I didn't have Gorillas in the Mist equipped. So I'm allowing them to attack my Beefcake Jabber while I am still kind of recovering, and then I'm doing some damage as well to the enemies. A sniper rifle, again, you're seeing some in this portion of the clip, also works very well to kind of give that balance. The close range weapons plus the long range weapons, assault rifle does just as well. It gives that balance. That's why I chose the handgun, the assault rifle, or sniper, and the submachine gun, because it gives that nice balance of weapons where you could do both close range and long range. So I hope you enjoyed this build. I'm going to be coming out with more builds for Flak in Borderlands 3, so be on the lookout for those. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more Borderlands 3 content. Well, until next time, peace.